Welcome to Module 4.10, where we'll explore researcher reflexivity and positionality in qualitative research. Unlike quantitative approaches that aim for researcher neutrality, qualitative research acknowledges the researcher as an instrument whose background and perspective inevitably influence the research process. In this module, we'll examine the concept of reflexivity, explore positionality considerations, and outline practices for incorporating reflexivity throughout the qualitative research process. Reflexivity involves cultivating self-awareness throughout the research process, recognizing how the researcher shapes and is shaped by the research encounter. It requires careful examination of how the researcher's background, assumptions, and interactions influence data collection, analysis, and interpretation. Rather than a one-time consideration, reflexivity demands continuous critical self-reflection at each research stage. It acknowledges that complete objectivity is impossible in qualitative research, replacing the pursuit of neutrality with transparent subjectivity. Researchers practicing reflexivity are transparent about their perspectives and how these might influence their work. This approach doesn't eliminate researcher influence, but makes it visible and accountable, enhancing the trustworthiness of findings by allowing readers to understand the context from which interpretations emerged. Positionality refers to the researcher's social location and relationship to the research context. Social and cultural identities, including race, gender, age, class, and other dimensions, shape how researchers perceive phenomena and how participants respond to them. Professional background influences the questions researchers ask and the theoretical lenses they apply. Personal relationship to the research topic, whether through lived experience or professional exposure, affects emotional engagement and prior assumptions. Power dynamics between researchers and participants, influenced by status, education, and institutional affiliations, impact data collection and interpretation. Researchers must consider their insider or outsider status relative to the population studied, each position offering different advantages and limitations. In healthcare research, clinician-researchers particularly need to examine how their professional identity influences their interactions with patient participants and their interpretation of health experiences. Some concrete practices help researchers develop and demonstrate reflexivity. Reflexive journaling involves regular documentation of personal reactions, assumptions, and insights throughout the research process. Memoing captures methodological decisions and evolving interpretations, connecting them to researcher perspective when relevant. Peer debriefing with colleagues who can challenge assumptions helps identify blind spots and biases. Positionality statements explicitly articulate the researcher's relationship to the topic and participants, either as separate documents or integrated into research reports. Transparent reporting and publications includes relevant reflexive insights that help readers understand how the researcher's perspective shaped the findings. These practices make reflexivity concrete rather than merely aspirational, ensuring that researchers' critical awareness of their influence enhances rather than undermines the trustworthiness of qualitative healthcare research.